Okay, everybody, welcome back. Hey, how you doing? Hope everybody doing good. We're gonna do a round two, guys. We're gonna try to get you guys familiar with the interface and the tools, and hopefully some shortcuts today. I got a few comments on the last video saying that you guys really enjoyed it and that you learned a lot, so hopefully we can learn a little more. So just like the last video, I ain't gonna do a lot of talking. We just gonna jump right into it. Okay, so when you open up Photoshop, you should get a screen that looks something like this, and then you have two options, whether you want to create a new document or you want to open a document. So right now we're just gonna create a new one. Okay, click on that. All right, then you're prompted with a screen that looks something like this. You have your recents, your saved, and these other options up here. Okay, and under your recents tabs, you have these are different size canvases that I have recently opened. You can scroll down through the different sizes canvases that I've opened before and just double click on one and it will automatically open. This one is 13 by 19, so this canvas size will be 13 by 19. This one is 8.5 by 11, so it would open up 8.5 by 11. Okay, this one was 11, well, this one was 17 by 11, so I wanted it landscape, so this one will open up in that fashion. Okay, so the first thing you want to do, guys, you want to come over here to this drop down bar here. You want to make sure that you're in whatever you're comfortable using. I'm comfortable with using inches, so I'm gonna keep mine in inches today. If you guys are comfortable using pixels, centimeters, millimeters, or whatever, you guys could click either one of those. I'll be clicking inches, and you can set your width and your height to whichever you want to use, and your orientation. Okay, keep in mind that when you do open something here, you want to most of the times you want to keep it be mindful about what you're working on. So let's just say if I was working on a t-shirt right now and I had my measurements for my t-shirt, I would input those measurements into my width and height here, because that is what size canvas that I would want to open. So keep it, be mindful of what you are working on. That way you can open up that size canvas. Okay, so if you were working on a design, you just wanted to make a design, but you knew that you wanted to use, like, you know, a regular size sheet of paper, then you would just type in 8.5 by 11 like this, and you could just go ahead and hit create. Now on these you don't really want to change unless you know what you're doing. I do have my Cosmos ink profile. You see that, guys? I came up. So yes, keep make sure you change these. Make sure your orientation is this is landscape and this is portrait. This one is portrait in blue. This one is landscape. It'll be sideways. So be mindful of what your measurements are, your inches, and your orientation. Okay, when you're good to go here, you just go ahead and press create. Or if you already have one that you have used already, you don't feel like typing it in, you can just double click one of these. Okay, so I'll just press create. Alright, and then your screen should look something like this. Okay, so you have your tools here on the side, on your left hand side. These are all your tools. Okay, this is your toolbar. This line right here, this, excuse me, guys, this is your toolbar. Okay, it stretches all the way across from left to right, from this home all the way here. Okay, this is your toolbar. Alright, this is your documents tabs. Okay, it stretches across as well. Okay, right now I only have one document open. That's why you see Untitled 1, because this is the document that I have open, and it is my only document that I have open. Okay, this is your canvas. Okay, you remember we opened up this canvas at 8.5 and by 11. So here you can see right here, 8.5 by 11 inches, 300 ppi. Okay, that lets you know that this canvas size is 8.5 by 11. Okay, so always be mindful that you can look straight down here and you can see what size your canvas is. Okay, these are your essentials. Okay, I don't know if you guys' screen, your essentials may look a little different from mine, because I just try to reset these and get them to look as close to like y'all's as I could. Oh yes, and be mindful that this is Photoshop 2020. Yeah, this is 2020. They did put out the update to 2021. So if you don't have 2021, guys, you could go ahead and update your Creative Cloud and download the 2021, because it is out. Okay, so the first thing you do when you get into Photoshop, you want to open up a design or a document or whatever you want to open, or you could just go ahead and start creating something. But me, I'm gonna show you guys how to open up a document. You would just come here to the top and click on File. Okay, you can either start a brand new one just like this, blank, or you can come here to Open, and you would then open up a different tab. So if you go to File and you click on Open, okay, you would have another file, another document in this space here. This one says Untitled 1. If you go to File and Open, you will then open up another whatever you're gonna open. I'll just show you. You just go to File, go to Open, go to wherever your file is that you want to open, and I do have a program open, guys, at the moment that's recording my screen, and so it is gonna have my computer working just a tad bit slower, so I'm sorry about that. Okay, so you see how now I have two tabs open. Okay, two document tabs. Okay, this is the first one, which is the blank one. This is the second one that I opened. Okay, so when you open one, it brings open a brand new tab. This canvas size is 32 inches by 30 inches. Okay, so this was an all over shirt design, a sublimation shirt that I did. My measurements of my t-shirt was 32 inches by 30 inches, so I created that size canvas. Okay, the second way to open up an image is I'll go back to this one so that I can show you the second way. So you go to File, you go down to Place Embedded right here. Okay, and then you just click it, and then you go to whatever file you want to open, and you just double click it. Like I said, my computer is going to work a little slow because of the program that I have open. I apologize. Okay, here's as you can see, I do not have 3 tabs. I only have 2 tabs. I have the first one, it was white, and now this one, the second one that I had, I opened. I went to File and I went to Open, which opened up another one. But this one, as you can see, it just dropped down into that canvas. It didn't open up a different tab. So to do that, you go to File and you go to Place Embedded. That is the way that I like to open up my designs, because I don't like multiple tabs open if I'm not using them, because you'll see it starts to clutter up things and you'll be clicking them trying to figure out which is which, and it's just a lot going on. So I place embedded. Okay, and you can place embedded how many ever times you need. You create different layers. I'm going to teach you guys about the layers in just a second. Alright, so here's your tools. On the left hand side, you have your toolbar, you have your file, your edit, your image, and all these up here. These are your essentials. Over here on this side, these are all your essentials. Okay, and this is your canvas. Okay, remember, here's your canvas size. Okay, Now, Jesus. Okay, so your layers are down here. Okay, so anytime that you're working on Photoshop, you're gonna be creating different layers. Okay, when I first let me show you like this. When I first started, when I opened up this let me just close this one out. When I opened up this document, it was just blank. It had nothing on there. Alright, we place embedded it. We opened up a file, and see, right now we only have one layer, which is this layer. It is the background layer. It's white. Okay, whenever this is done, we'll have two layers. Jesus, that's taking forever. Okay, so now we have two layers, and as you can see, it looks a little different because this is my canvas is too small, so it doesn't have those guidelines that you saw before. It just opened up the picture. Okay, I'll explain all that to you guys later. Don't worry about that. Anyway, so now I have two layers. Okay, guys, I'm gonna change my screen, my layers panel. I can't, it's just too much going on over there on the side over there like that. It's way too much. I like mine small and compact like that. So I'll teach you guys how to change your I guess your look, or your interface look, however you want to call it, but I'll teach you guys that later. So anyway, we're just gonna go through the tools real quick. Okay, get you guys familiar with the tools. Alright, so this is your move tool. Alright, and every tool would, if you hover over it, don't press anything, but if you just hover over it, it'll show you what happens when you use this tool. It'll tell you what the tool is and the shortcut key, and it'll give you a brief description of what it does. Okay, so this is the move tool. All right, and as you can see, it just moves things around. All right, and the shortcut key, guys, keep in mind, be very mindful that almost everything on Photoshop has a shortcut key. Okay, and if you guys take the time out to learn these shortcut keys, you will be so much more efficient with your work. Your workflow will go a lot faster if you utilize these shortcut keys. Okay, alright, so it moves a selection of or layer. Okay, so that's what that does. So basically, I do have it selected. As you can see, this is grayed out, so which lets you know that yes, it is selected. And you can tell because my mouse cursor has the same corresponding cross as this one, plus my toolbar lets me know that yes, it is selected, and these are all the tool presets that I could change within this this tool. Okay, so this is what it does. It just moves layers or selections around. You're able to move it. Okay, be mindful of the tools that have these a little arrow in the bottom right corner. Okay, not every one of them, but most of them have a little arrow in the right hand corner at the bottom. That's because if you hold down on one of the tools, you can see different tools within that preset, within that family. You know what I mean? So not only do you have the move tool, but you have the artboard tool. Okay, so today we're not gonna go over each tool within that set. We'll just be going over just the basic tools here in the tools. Okay, so this is your move tool, and you can basically move things around with it. okay? And your shortcut key. So guys, remember, all you have to do is hover over it and it'll tell you the shortcut key, okay? So your shortcut key is the letter V on your keyboard. So to select the move tool, you don't want to come over here and press it, okay? Because when you're working over here, let's just say I'm using my brush. Let's just say I'm over here painting, doing something, and I want to move the layer over. I'm not gonna stop what I'm doing, come over here and find the move tool, and then finally I've wasted 30 seconds trying to find it. Then I finally find it, then I press it, then I come over here just to move it. No, you're just gonna press the letter V, as this is telling you here. It's telling you just press the letter V. So now that I'm over here, I'm painting, I'm doing what I'm doing, and then I have to move it over. So I'm just gonna press the letter V on my keyboard, and then I'm gonna move it over. I'm not gonna stop and then come over here. Okay, so guys, it is very, very helpful if you. Okay, so you're not gonna know something until you do it over and over. Okay, so you're not gonna learn these overnight. But here's a way that I learned. Okay, instead of coming over here, because you're gonna waste time trying to find it in the first place. Okay, so when you finally find it, instead of coming over here and pressing it and then going back over here and working, no, come over here, waste your time and come over here and then hover over it, find out the shortcut key. When you find out what it is, come back over here and then press that shortcut key. Do not press it over here. Do not get in the habit of pressing it over here, okay? Get in the habit of coming over here, finding it, finding out what that shortcut key is, come back over here and press it, okay? I'm telling you guys, that's how I learned. It helped me out, and I'm hoping that'll help you guys out, because it really did help me out. Okay, so moving along, we have the next tool is the rectangular Marquee tool. Okay, this is what it does. The shortcut key for it is the letter M, and it makes a selection in the shape of a rectangle. Okay, so all it does is it just makes a selection in the shape of a rectangle or a square or whatever. Okay, that's all it does. It just makes a selection. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys everything that you can do within those tools, but I'm gonna do that in the next video. Right now I'm just gonna get you familiar with them. Alright, so if you hold down on it, you see there are 3 other tools within that set. You have the elliptical marquee tool, you have the single row marquee tool, and the single column marquee tool. And to get to them, all you have to do is press the letter M, as in marquee. Okay, and remember, the move tool is not M, but it's V in move. Okay, so you can find out the little quick way. Find you something that resonates with you on how you want to get it to remember it. Because they are different, but they are similar. So, the more you use them, the more you quickly catch on. I mean, it's not hard at all, y'all, promise. All right. So, the Polygonal Lasso Tool is next. Let's see. Is it not gonna? Oh. Why doesn't it want to show me what it do? It's showing me everyone but that one. Oh, you know why? Okay, so the next one is the Lasso Tool. That's what it is. It's the Lasso Tool. Okay, and it makes freehand selection. So basically it's the same thing as the rectangular marquee tool, but this one you can make freehand selection. So it's not just a square like this one. This one you can only make a square. This one you can freehand it for things that are more hard to capture, like everything isn't just squares and circles, so you can freehand this one. Okay, and it just makes a selection. It's the same thing. Okay, And if you hold down, you have two other tools within that set. You have the Polygonal lasso and the magnetic lasso tool. And the shortcut key for all of them is the letter L, as you can see here. Okay, so this is your lasso tool, and the shortcut key is the letter L. Alright, next you have the quick selection tool. Alright, and the shortcut key is the letter W. So you just press the W on your keyboard. Alright, and this one is basically the same thing, but it makes a selection by finding and following the edges of an image. Alright, so it basically selects it selects things quickly, basically. Alright, so it's way faster than using the lasso. Okay, and it's more precise, like using the lasso. So anyway, you can hold down, and you see there are two more tools within that set. You have the quick selection tool, you have the object selection tool, and the magic wand tool. Alright, and so let me just show you guys what this one does. Basically, it just selects. So it just makes a selection. Alright, and you can do different things with it. So there's that. Alright, then you have your crop tool. Everybody should be familiar with the crop tool. It just crops things, okay? It trims or expands the edges of an image. Alright, this is what it does. Show you a quick preview of what it does. The shortcut key for that is the letter C on your keyboard. Okay, and basically with it you can just crop whatever you want. Okay, it just crops things. Okay, crops your image. Alright, and the next tool is your eyedropper tool. Alright, basically it samples colors from an image. So if and the shortcut key for it is the letter I on your keyboard as an eyedropper. Okay, and basically all it does is, let's just say you wanted to use a certain color, you wanted to keep your things in the same color range, you don't want to have an off color from it, you want that same exact color. So you would just pick your eyedropper tool and click on it, and as you can see, that color would then be selected down in your foreground color. See? Okay, so that's the eyedropper tool, guys. The shortcut key for it is the letter I. You hold down on it, you have all these different tools within that set. Okay, the next tool is the content aware tool. It's the spot healing brush is what it is. The spot healing brush tool, it removes marks and blemishes. Okay, so basically they can just take that right out. If you had a photo that you wanted to remove acne, or remove red eyes, or maybe somebody had something on their shirt, or maybe something that you wanted to take out of the picture, you would just spot heal it and you can take that spot out. Okay, the shortcut key for that is the letter J on your keyboard. You will press the letter J and you get the spot healing brush tool. Okay, if you hold your mouse button down, you can see these different tools within that set. All these tools are very essential. All these tools, man, guys, Photoshop is it, so please learn it. Okay, the next tool you have is your brush tool. It's just a paintbrush. Okay, and the shortcut key for it is the letter B. Alright, so you press the letter B on your keyboard, you will have your paintbrush, and whatever your foreground color is would be here. So earlier we were painting and y'all seen that the color was white because I had white in this foreground box here. So now I changed with my eyedropper a little earlier. I selected this pink down here. So now my foreground color is pink. So now if I were to paint right now, it would paint pink. Okay? So remember your foreground color and your background color. Okay? I'll show you that in just a second. Alright, so the next we have your clone stamp tool. Alright. Your shortcut key is S on your keyboard. And the clone stamp tool just paints with pixels from another part of the image. So basically it just clone things. Okay, so if I wanted to clone myself, I would just pick an area and just start painting. Let me make this better. And just start painting. And I could just clone myself right next to myself. Okay, so the clone stamp tool, it just clones things. Alright. And guys, I'm just pressing Control and Z on my keyboard and undoing that. That's how I got that off of there that fast. I just pressed Control and the letter Z on my keyboard and I undid it. Alright. So the next tool, and inside the that set there we have your pattern stamp tool. It's another tool within that set. Okay, the next tool we have is your history brush. Is your history brush tool. Okay, and basically it restores parts of an image to an earlier state. So basically it's just like an undo. Okay, so this is what it does. The shortcut key for it is the letter Y. So basically all it does is basically erases. Let me see. It just erases whatever you have or whatever you done. Okay, and in that preset you have in that set you have the art history brush tool as well. Okay, your next tool we have is the eraser. Alright, it's your eraser tool, and the shortcut key is the letter E on your keyboard. It changes pixels to the background color or makes them transparent. So let me see. Alright. Well, you know what? Alright. So as you guys can see, we have pink in the back. Alright, and if I were to use my eraser, I could erase this and then I would see that pink in the back. I would see that pink in the back. Alright, so whatever layer, if I wanted to erase, there's nothing under this pink background. So I only have two layers. I have the design that I have, and I have the background layer. So here's the background layer. Alright, so here's the background layer. There's nothing under this background layer. So if I were to use my eraser tool, then now you can see I have this checkerboard looking thing. Alright, so this, whenever you see this, guys, this lets you know that it's transparent. You can see straight through it. There's nothing on top or under it. You can see straight through it. That's basically all it's saying. So if I was to erase, then it's just letting you know that this is what's seen, and if I were to print this out just like this, it would be nothing here in this space. It ain't nothing there. Alright, so I'm just pressing Control Z to get back to what I need to see. Alright, so the next tool, guys, is the paint bucket tool. Okay, oh wait, and so if you hold down the mouse on your eraser tool, you have your background eraser tool and your magic eraser tool. I'll go over all these with you guys in the next video and show you what they all do. Okay, this is the paint bucket tool. Alright, the shortcut key to it is the letter G, and it feels similarly colored contiguous areas with the foreground color. So basically all it does is it just feels, so if it feels the layer with, or whatever, it'll fill it with the foreground color. So if I wanted to just feel something, let's just say I just wanted to fill this square only, then I would just, well, because this background is like that, so it would be hard. Okay, I'll just do it on, let's see. Okay, what I'll do is I'll turn this off, I'll get this, and I'll show you like that. Alright, so if I just want to fill this square with blue, I changed my foreground color to blue. So I filled this square with just blue, or I could just paint the whole thing blue. So it just, the paint bucket tool, it just drops paint. Basically, that's what it does. It just drops paint to whatever color you want it to. Okay, and the shortcut key to it is the letter G. When you hold down the button and look at the rest of the tools within that set, you have the paint bucket tool, you have the gradient tool, you have the 3D material drop tool, all those tools within that set. Okay, the next tool we have is the blur tool, and it just does exactly what it says. It just blurs things. It just blurs things. That's what it does. Okay, and you have your sharpen tool if you want to make something more sharp, or you want to smudge something. These are the tools that you have within that set. Okay, and there is no shortcut key to the blur tool. Okay, so if you wanted to use the blur tool, you have to come over here to use it. Alright, so the next tool is the dodge tool. Okay, and the shortcut key for it is the letter O. And the dodge tool, it lightens areas in the image. See, so it's just gonna lighten that. So if you got red eyes, or you have dark spots under your eyes, you know, or something in the shadows that you want to try to see if you can brighten up, you know, that you can just use your dodge tool. Okay, if you hold that down, you have the burn tool and the sponge tool within that set. And like I said, the shortcut key to that is the letter O on your keyboard. So you press O and you would select your dodge tool. Okay, so the next tool we have is the pen tool, and to select it, you press the letter P on your keyboard, and it just makes and changes paths or shapes with anchor points and handles. This is a very good tool, guys. You probably will use this a lot. I'm not gonna go over it right now, like I said, but we'll get into all that. And this is the pen tool. You press the letter P on your keyboard, and you have these within its set. You have the freeform pen tool, the curvature pen tool, the add anchor paint tool. You have the delete anchor paint tool, and the convert point tool. Oh, it's point, my bad. All those are point tools. Alright, okay, then your next tool is your text, your horizontal type tool, and basically you just press that to type something. So if you want to write a word or type some letters, you just select your text tool, your type tool, and just start writing. So it'll look like this when you have it selected. You know I have it selected because this area is grayed out, which lets you know that yes, I do have this text tool, type tool selected. You know, again, because here's the corresponding T that looks the same. So yes, this is what my cursor would look like when I have it selected. And to use it, you just click on your canvas, and then you can start typing. Now you cannot see my letters because, as you can see, my foreground color is blue, so you cannot see my letters because I'm writing on top of blue. But if I were to write right here, you can see. Okay, so okay, and if I hold down, then you have the vertical type tool, you have the vertical type mask tool, the horizontal type mask tool, all within that preset. Okay, and the shortcut key for it is the letter T on your keyboard. Alright, next tool we have is the path selection tool. I'm not familiar with this tool, guys, so I'm not going to teach or say anything about it because I don't know what it does. I don't use this tool at all, but it's a path selection tool, and the shortcut key to it is the letter A. It selects a whole path. So I'm assuming after using your pen tool, you may have a path maybe, and then if you want to move it over, you could do that. I'm not sure, but I know to create a path, one way is to have your pen tool. It makes and changes paths, so those two may come together somehow. All right. And so when you hold it down, you have the direct selection tool also within that set, and the shortcut key to it, guys, is the letter A on your keyboard. Alright, your next tool is your rectangle tool. Okay, and the shortcut key for it is the letter U, and all it does is draws rectangles. Keep in mind, when you do draw that rectangle, it will be in the color of your foreground color. So as you can see, mine is blue. So if I were to select it, which it is selected, as you can see, it is darkened out here, so I do have it selected. You can see it corresponds with that up there, and my cursor has changed to a plus sign. That lets you know that I do have it selected, and I can draw a rectangle, and now it is the color of my foreground color. So when you draw a rectangle with this rectangular tool, it will be filled with your foreground color. Okay, and here are the different tools within that set. You have the rounded rectangle tool, the ellipse tool, the polygon tool, the line tool, the custom shape tool. Okay, and all those, you press the letter U to select the rectangle tool. Okay, here you have the rotate view tool. So here's what it does: it just rotates the view. That's basically what it does, and the shortcut key for it is the letter R. Okay. Next you have your zoom tool, and to select it, you just press the letter Z on your keyboard. It magnifies or reduces the view of an image. Okay, so those are all your tools, guys, and this is just to edit. Alright, those are all your tools. Okay, so this here is your foreground. This blue box is your foreground color. This pink box is your background color. So you have your foreground in the front, your background in the back. Alright, so you're gonna use these quite often. Your foreground is in the front, your background is in the back. Okay, if you needed to default to back to your default colors, which are black and white, you just press this little black and white square here at the top. Okay, you see if I hover over it, it says default foreground and background color. Press the letter D. Alright, so if you just wanted to change back, because there's a lot of reasons that you would want to change back to black and white. So to do that, you just press the letter D on your keyboard, and as you can see, they have changed to black and white, okay, with black on top. Now let's just say for whatever reason I needed white to be on top, because there is a lot of reasons why you would want white on the top. Okay, you could either come over here and you could press this little arrow and it'll switch black and white, or you can just hover over it and it tells you that to switch from the background and the foreground color, you just press the letter X on your keyboard. So if I press the letter X on my keyboard, it does the same thing. Okay, so these are all your tools, guys. What is this? This is a quick mask mode. Oh yes, this is to edit in quick mask mode. Okay, I'm gonna teach you guys about that later as well. And this is to change the screen size. So if I wanted to view it in if I wanted to view it in full view, then I would just press the letter F. The more you click it, the more zoomed in it gets. Okay, now so I just taught you guys a lot of things, but I just want to go in a little bit more depth into some of them. To move your canvas, I don't like to have it stuck, okay, because right now your canvas is stuck, and I don't know if you guys like that or not, but to unstuck it you just go to edit. Okay, you go down to your preferences. You're gonna press this little black arrow at the bottom. You're gonna press it a few times. Get to your preferences. Okay, when you get to your preferences, you want to go to tools. Okay, so you go to edit, preferences, and tools, and click it, and then you want to press over scroll. Make sure it's checked. Check over scroll right here. Okay, check that, and then you should be able to do this. Be able to move your whole canvas. If you don't do that, your canvas will be stuck unless you zoom in. To zoom in and out, guys, yes, you do have this zoom tool here, and you press the letter Z to get the zoom tool. But after you do that, look, after you get the zoom tool, so let's just say I'm over here let's just say I'm over here painting up stuff. I'm just painting, I'm working, okay, and then but I need to zoom in closer, so I press the letter Z on my keyboard. Now I have to press in just to zoom. I don't have time. Okay, so we ain't gonna do all that. Okay, we're not gonna go to the zoom tool and do all that. To zoom in, we're gonna press Control. We're just gonna press the plus sign at the top of our keyboard by the backspace. Okay, there's a plus sign. You just press plus, and it's gonna zoom right in. And you can press the minus right next to it, the subtraction. You just press minus, and you can just switch between the two. Okay, so Control and minus to zoom out, and Control plus to zoom in. Okay, so you have Control Z to undo. If you press Control Shift and Z, you can redo. Okay, Control Z, undo. Control Shift Z, redo. Okay, please utilize your shortcut keys, guys. It is so important. It's so very important. Alright, I'm gonna teach you guys how to get your panels. If you want to change the the way your panels look. Let me know, guys. Whatever you guys need, man, I'm gonna try to help you guys out as much as I can. If there's anything I probably forgot or didn't mention, I'm gonna try to get it in the next video, because I know I'm gonna probably look at this and be like, dang, I forgot to say this. Like I said, I'm not a teacher, man. I'm just trying to get y'all to where you can understand like I did, man. Try to learn this stuff as fast as you can. Okay, so let's just go over these tools real quick. This is your move tool. You just move stuff. Alright, your rectangular marquee tool. Alright, when you use your rectangular marquee tool, keep in mind that when you use it, let's just say this area here, I just want it to either mark in this area or not in this area. So I'm trying to paint past it and it won't. It's painting in the box. Okay, so it's painting what's selected. Okay, so I could fill this whole thing if I wanted. Alright, or I could paint everything but it. Oh no, yeah, I can only paint everything in it. Okay, so that's what your that's one of the good ways that you can use your marquee tool. All right, and to deselect it after you've made a selection with different tools that select things, because there are different tools that select things. All right, this is not the only tool that select things. There are different tools. Once you see these marching ants, these are called marching ants. Once you made a selection and you see the marching ants, to get them off your screen, you're gonna press Control and the letter D. That deselects that selection, or else it's just gonna stay there all through whatever you're doing. You can just keep on doing stuff, and that's just gonna be there. Okay, and it won't go away until you press Control and the letter D. Okay. Let's see. I think that's it, guys. Use your shortcut keys, man. After this video, if you didn't learn anything, just try to remember, man, learn your shortcut keys. Okay, the more you get comfortable with them, the faster your workflow will be. Okay, now mind you, when you pick one of these tools, now I have the quick selection tool selected. Now look at how my toolbar has changed. Here's the symbol that the quick selection tool looks like. It looks like a paintbrush with a dots around it to let you see a selection being made. This is the same picture you see here. Okay, that lets you know that it is selected, and these are the different tools within that set that you could change, the presets. Okay, so each tool has its own presets that you could change at the top. Okay, so if I change these tools, whatever tool I'm using, you have these presets up top that you could quickly go to. Okay, so don't forget that. Alright, I think that's everything, guys. Oh, and keep in mind, when you come over here to these options up here at the top, you do have shortcut keys over here as well. Alright, so if I wanted to save something, I would just press Control Shift and the letter S. I'm not gonna come over here and press save. Okay, I'm gonna press Control Shift and S. So just like you have shortcut keys over here, you also have them up here. So once you see that you're using something often, you need to learn that shortcut key. If you say, okay, I'm always making filters, I'm always going to my filter gallery, or I'm always using my liquify, you know, whatever it is that you're frequently using, come over to see if you have a shortcut key to it. And if you do, learn it. Okay, if you want to change your image size regularly, like me, I sometimes change it a lot for different reasons. You should learn those those shortcut keys, guys. Okay, so I hope you guys learned something. If you did and you like the videos and you want me to make more, please let me know in the comments. Y'all, like the video for me. If you like the video, like it. If you didn't, hit the don't like it. It's fine. Get in the comments, man. If y'all need help with anything, man, leave a comment. I'm gonna try to answer everybody. Alright, if y'all need one-on-ones, let me know. I'll probably try to fix the Zoom so that we could probably Zoom together and help whoever need more help. Subscribe to the channel if you like it. If y'all want me to make more videos, let me know. Alright, y'all have a good one.